Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you everything that I'm adding to my first project pan. I've panned a lot of products in the past obviously, and I've used up a lot of products. I'll link below a playlist with my empties videos, but I've never gone out with a specific project pan. It's been more in my head when I'm interested in panning a product or I want to use a product. I will just think about it. I won't go out and say this is now in my project pan and make it a whole project. But today I've decided I'm going to start Project Pan and I'm going to show you guys and document my experience panning all my products. A lot of the products that I've got in my project pan right now are ones that I've either had for a while and aren't reaching for, or ones that I've already used up most of and I just want to use up that little bit left in the product. A lot of the times I find, especially with powder pan products or even flat compact cream products, once I use up the main amount of product and I've hit a significant amount of pan, I find it really difficult to get that little bit. I'll show you an example. I really find it difficult to get out that little bit of product that's left in the sides there. I just find it gets frustrating at that point, and so by popping this in a project pan, it's more motivating to get those edges and really finish up the entire product. I think project pan is a great concept because also you're using up the products that you have and enjoying them and getting most bang for your buck and not being as wasteful. Also, if you'd like to see the makeup look that I'm wearing right now, I just filmed a tutorial on this look and I'll link it in the description box down below. It's enough talking from me. I'll show you my products that I have in my project pan. So these are all of the products that I'm going to put into my first project pan. It seems like a lot of products, but some of them I'm not intending on using up entirely, but I'll just go through each section. I've kind of divided them out by category, and I'll just take you through it now. So this first category, all my eyeliners are rolling around. This first category up here is primers. I have the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. I never use this. I literally never reach for primer, so this is almost new and it's ridiculous because I'm not getting any use out of it. So I'm going to force myself to use primer, and if I don't like it, then I'll just use it up and throw it away. The other one was the NARS Oil Free Pro Prime Primer. I actually enjoy this primer, even though I don't reach for primers very much. This is a really nice primer, but I don't have very much product left in this little tube, so I just want to use this up. So those are the primers I would like to use up. Next is some face products. So this is the e.l.f. Translucent Mattifying Powder, and you might have seen me use this in a couple of tutorials on my channel so far because I am trying to use it up. Hello. It's just a mattifying powder. It does work all right. It's not my favorite, but I just like to use it up because it was sitting in my drawer not being used. So yeah, I'd like to get using that a bit more. The next one is the Maybelline, what is this called? The Super Cushion, and I'm not sure what shade I am. I don't know if that is a shade or some sort of, natural beige. There we go. This is just a cushion foundation that I bought in Taiwan. Can I open it with one hand? I can't. Oh, I can. So it's just a cushion foundation. I don't have a little sponge applicator right now because mine was too dirty, so I threw it away. So I need to get a replacement one, but it's just a cushion foundation. It is a good cushion foundation. It's a bit high coverage for me. I don't know, it just doesn't feel like my favorite foundation. I don't really enjoy the consistency of it. It can feel a little bit thick, and it is a little bit pale for me as well. In Taiwan, a lot of the shades that they have available at the store to buy are really, really pale, because over there it's kind of everyone wants to be pale, and even though I can make it work, I don't like being ridiculously pale when that's not my actual skin tone. So I bought this to try it out, but I just want to use it up now because I've realized it's not my favorite. And I do prefer other cushion foundations over this one instead. I prefer the Innisfree foundation formula for their cushion foundations. Next I have two concealers. This first one is the Rimmel Lasting Finish Breathable Concealer. I've been using this one on my channel a lot recently, just in tutorials and stuff. It is a good concealer and it's really nice and light, in cover. The color is really light, but I don't love the formula of this compared to other Rimmel concealers. I much prefer the Rimmel Stay Matte Concealer. No, it's not the Stay Matte Concealer, it's the Match Perfection Concealer in the blue tube. So it looks like this, but it has a blue tube and it has a brush tip. I prefer that one just because the formula is a little bit lighter. This is a bit of a thicker formula and it smells like sunscreen to me, which really has put me off. It's a good concealer, but I don't love the scent and the consistency is a little thicker than what I prefer. And the same goes for this one. The consistency of this one is a little thicker than I prefer. This is the Stay Matte Concealer. So this one is in the shade 10 Ivory, and it is a good concealer. I'll show you how much I have left in it. I have like not that much, so I'll probably use it up pretty quickly. But it is a good concealer. I bought this for like blemishes, because if you can see in the middle there, I don't think it's going to focus. In the middle, there's like a slight green tint, and it's supposed to cancel out redness from like blemishes and stuff. But I bought this in a time of my life when I had more blemishes, and I don't really have as much blemishes on my skin anymore. So, oh my gosh, this is so hard to do. Well, that was like ridiculously difficult for no reason. Anyway, but I'm not using this for the purpose it was intended for anymore. I'm just using it to like spot conceal sometimes, but more just like randomly all over my face. So I'd like to just use this one up because I don't want to just throw it away. The next thing I have is a face palette, and this is the Essence Shape Your Face Contouring Palette. This is actually a really good palette and I really enjoy it, but I'm not reaching for it. So I'm going to put it in this like project pan just so that I can hit pan on it. I don't intend on entirely cleaning out this product, but just like I'd like to see some pan on it just so that I am getting some use on it. So yeah, it's a really enjoyable product. I like using the blush in it. It's really pretty. It's got like a goldy shift. The bronzer contoury shade in it is really useful. I don't find it pulls any weird shades on my skin tone. It really works. And this light shade here, it's matte. Actually, I should probably just open the palette so you can see properly. This middle shade here, it's like matte. You're supposed to use it on the high points of your face, but honestly, I just set my whole face with this. It's the same color as pretty much my skin tone, and it just works as a setting powder for me, so that's what I use it for. I don't really think it brightens my face a lot, so that's why I don't do what they say on the back of the packet, but it is a really nice face palette, and mine is in the shade Ready Set Peach number 10. Over here I have two bronzers that I'd like to use up, and you've seen both of these in my tutorials. I've hit pan on both of these already. My goal with both of these products is to clean them out entirely. As you can see, there is the tiniest bit of product left in this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer, so I'd like to use up that tiny little bit of product in there. And then in the Hoola by Benefit, I have a little bit in the bottom of that as well. And so even though I've already hit pan, I'd like to clean these out entirely and try some different bronzers. If you've seen my makeup wishlist video, there are heaps of bronzers on my wishlist that I want to try out, but I won't let myself purchase any new bronzers until I've used up these two entirely. So that's why I'm using those ones. Well, obviously they're also the bronzers that I own, so that's why I've been using them as well, but they're both in my project pan. The next one is a blush from Bourjois, and this is the shade Ambre. I can't read it. It's in French. This is what the blush looks like. It's just a really pretty kind of like orangey pinky shade, and it has gold reflex through it, so you can see that shimmer and like dimension in it there. It's a really pretty blush, but I don't really like this particular one from this series. I have another one, I think it's called Coral Temptations or something, also from the same line, and I enjoy that more, so I'd like to use this one up because it's a color that I like. This particular one I'm not into. Next is highlighter, and this might seem like a lot of highlighter, but I go through a lot of highlighter. So like the products that I use up a lot are like bronzer and highlighter, and then I use less blush. That's why I have only one blush in my blush category, and then like two in the bronzer, and then so many in the highlighter category because I use up a lot of highlighter. So first of all, the one that I've obviously almost cleaned out completely is the Maybelline Master Chrome Molten Gold, and this is absolutely gorgeous. I love it to death, so much so that I've broken the lid off and I'm just cleaning out those like outside corners now, but I'm almost finished with this one, so that's one that I'm going to finish entirely. And then once I finish that, I'm going to be going into Ofra. This is the shade, I think it's Blissful. There we go. It's just a pinky highlighter. I'd love to hit pan on this. I don't intend on cleaning it entirely in this project pan, but I'd like to just see the actual pan. And then I have these like highlights from Colourpop. This one is in the shade Lunch Money, and as you can see, I've already hit pan on this one, and this is the example one. I'd like all of my other Colourpop highlights to look like this, like have this much use out of them. So this is Lunch Money, and I'm not putting that in project pan. I'm just like showing you how much pan I'd like, and I'd like that much pan from Flexitarian. So Flexitarian is just a shade. I actually use this on my channel quite a fair bit. It's a really pretty like icy highlight. It doesn't look too white on the skin, like it doesn't leave a white cast for me, and it has lots of like dimensional shimmer through it, so it's really pretty. And then the other one I would like to hit pan that much on is Stole the Show, and I actually bought this in my very first order from Colourpop ever, and it's a really pretty shade. I think I've hit pan on it before and then like moved around the cream product in there to cover up the pan again, so I'd like to hit pan decently so that it's not like I can like rub it around and cover up that pan again. So yeah, this is a really pretty shade. It's kind of like an icy whitey highlight as well. So So those are the highlights that I'd like to use up. I feel like I have a lot of highlights in my collection. I used to not have so many highlights, and then in my head I let myself know that I had not as many highlights, so I let myself buy more highlights, and now I have like a disproportionate amount of highlight in my collection. So yeah, those are the highlights that I'd like to pan. Next I'm going into brows, and these are all of the brow products that I'd like to use up. The first one is the Colourpop Black and Brown Brow Pomade. I actually have two of these. One that I've been using recently that is like newer, and then this is my old one that is all dried out, and I was gonna bin it. So there's kind of a bit of product left in there, and I felt wasteful to just bin it, but I'm going to try and do the hack that Wayne Goss did on his channel, where you pop this in the microwave for a couple of seconds, and it's supposed to like re-moisten the product in there, because this is really dried out right now. And if that works, then I'm going to try and use this up completely so it's entirely cleaned out. But if that like hack doesn't work for this product, because I understand there's like nothing left in there, if it doesn't work, then I'll just put it in my empties pile, because it's almost entirely gone anyway. There's just a little bit left in there. The other brow products that I have are this tiny little Rimmel brow pencil. I just stopped using it because I got new Colourpop brow pencils that I prefer, but it's kind of wasteful, so I'm going to use this one up. This is the brow product that I used all through high school. I've like really hit pan on one of the shades in here. This is like a brow pomade kind of texture, and this is a brow powder. It also comes with an angled brow brush, but that's dirty right now, so I've put it in the wash. But yeah, I'd like to hit pan more decently on the brow powder and hopefully even use up both these shades, but I'll see how I go. But that is a goal that I'd like to achieve. And then here I have two like brow duo pencil things. Sorry, there's like cockatoos outside my house screeching. The first one is the Chi Chi brow pencil. The reason I haven't actually used these two is because they're such chubby pencils. Like, they're not as small as a normal pencil, and so I never sharpen them, and so it kind of becomes difficult to use them. On one side they have the brown, the other one is the NYX push-up bra for your eyebrows. That's what it's called. Anyway, on one side of these pencils they have like this brown product for your actual brow, and then on the other side they have like this brow lift or like brightening shade, which is supposed to like sculpt your brows better. So yeah, I just stopped using these because I found more interesting products like the Colourpop ones that I was more into, but I'd like to get some more use out of these, so I'm going to put them in the project pan and hopefully use them a little bit more. The next category is eyeliner, and I've like wedged them between these two face products just so they don't roll away. The first one is the Maybelline Big Eyes liner, and has a white eyeliner on one side and a black eyeliner on the other side. I really like this eyeliner actually. Like, I've used this a bit before, but again I stopped using it because it's kind of a chubbier pencil and it's kind of difficult to sharpen. So I need to find a chubby pencil sharpener and get using these chubby products, because it's such a waste. They're just sitting there and I'm not even using them. Next I have this Rimmel Scandalized 24-hour eyeliner with a felt tip, and I've realized since that I don't like felt tip eyeliners. I much prefer ones like this. This is the Maybelline Hyper Sharp Wing Liner, and this has a brush tip, so I'm just going to use up this chubby felt tip liner, and then that'll be the end of that. Next I have this NYX retractable eyeliner, and this is the grey one. It looks almost black, so I'm just going to use this in my tight line and use it up. This next one is a dual-ended Essence 2-in-1 eyeliner pen. This is nice. I haven't used it enough though. It has like two eyeliners on it. One of them is thin and one of them is thick, and I just haven't used it because I've been reaching for that Maybelline eyeliner a lot more, so I need to reach for this one more and hopefully use it up. And the next one is the NYX, I believe. Is this from NYX? Yeah, I think it is. Yes, it is. This is the NYX Super Skinny Eye Marker, and it's another felt tip liner, and again I haven't been reaching for this because I prefer brush tip liners, but it's a waste, so I am going to use this up and never purchase it again. And then this last one here is, I don't even know where this came from, but pretty much I put this in because I need to try this out, and if I like it then I'll pan it, like use it all up in my waterline, tight line. But if I don't like it, then I'm just going to put it in the bin, because if I don't like it, this was very, very cheap, and like it's kind of a trashy one, I think. So I'll give it a go, and if I don't like it, I'll just pop it in the bin. Moving over to lip products now. These are the 3 lip products I'd like to pan. I don't really care about panning my lip products so much, but I do want to use up ones that I think are going to expire soon, and these are ones that I think that are going to expire. This is the Hourglass liquid lipstick in the shade Icon. This one is in the shade Canvas, and these are just 2 mini little liquid lipsticks from them. The packaging in these is so cute. It's like a little blip. And then this is a Too Faced melted lipstick in the shade Chihuahua, and I received this one in like a free Mecca Cosmetics like beauty loot box, and then I got these two. I just like purchased them from the checkout aisle at Mecca where there are all the minis, and it's so tempting. But I have used these a bit, so they are cute, but I'd like to use these up because they're just sitting there getting old and they're almost expired. So those are the lip products I'd like to use up. And then finally I have the mascaras. I've got these out because these are the mascaras that I never reach for, and so I'm going to make an effort to reach for these and hopefully use them up. I have two Great Lash mascaras, and these are a classic. The first one is the waterproof mascara, this one is the big mascara. These two have like slightly different wands. So this is the waterproof mascara down here, and I think this is the normal Great Lash wand, and then this is the Bigs wand. So as you can see, the Bigs wand is significantly larger. Up here I have this Revlon, oh my gosh, don't roll away. The next mascara that I have here is the Revlon Customized Mascara, and it has two wands in it. So if you open the top part and untwist that, it's the Length and Drama version, and then if you untwist the bottom, it's the Length and Definition version. It's kind of an interesting concept, but I never reach for it for some reason, so I'd like to get more use out of this mascara. And then two minis that I have that I'd like to use up is this one. This is from MAC, and this is the False Lashes Extreme Black Mascara, and then this one down here is the Benefit They're Real Mascara. I never reach for these just because they get lost in my collection, so I'd like to make an effort to use those up. Hey, so I'm just popping in here to show some other products that I forgot to include earlier. The first one is this blush. This is the blush from Becca Cosmetics in the shade Flower Child. It's just a really pretty pop of pink, and I've pretty much panned it, but I want to use it up completely. So yeah, that is one of the other blushes that I want to use up entirely. And then these are two setting sprays that I'd like to use up. This first one has a little bit of product left in the bottom. You can see down there, but I'd just like to finish it off. And then this is the Model's Own Makeup Finishing Spray, and I don't really like this. I don't know if you can see, it looks all gluggy in the bottle and it just like isn't appealing, so I'd like to just like use it up and be finished with it. So those are the two setting sprays that I'd like to use up, and that is a blush that I'd like to finish. So yeah, that is everything that I'm putting into my first project pan. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment anything you'd like to see from me in future down below. Any suggestions are totally welcome, and I love constructive criticism. Subscribe if you'd like to see more content from me. I upload very frequently, and you can also follow along with my project pan journey. And yeah, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in a future video soon. Bye!